Hi, this is Kim Reads Urantia, and it's good to be here today. And I'm going to read to you from the Urantia book, but first I have 365 Days of Walking the Red Road by Terry Jean. Today we are honoring Chief Seattle, who was a Duwamish-Suquamish tribe right around the Seattle there, around Puget Sound, relatively small tribe. Tribes, kind of like sister tribes, um, right, but right around that area. And of course, the city of Seattle was named after him. He lived from 1785 to 1866. So very, relatively early, right, in the whole conquering of the West before the Lakota fell and all that. But they came. Lewis and Clark came west. They came and to California mostly in 1849 was the real opening of the West. Okay, so they came to the West Coast before the land in between, really. But anyway, okay, I'll read here. Okay, teach your children that the ground beneath their feet is the ashes of our grandfathers, so that they will respect the land. Tell your children that the earth is rich with the lives of our kin. Teach your children what we have taught our children, that the earth is our mother. Whatever befalls the earth befalls the sons of earth. This we know. All things are connected like the blood, which unites one family. Perfect, beautiful. It's so true. It's like, oh gosh. Back in the day, when I was so angry, I was gonna have like a T-shirt, made or whatever, that said, you know, because my kids are Native and everything. That I don't know, white race is supposed to be superior, but but only the indigenous races knew better than to rape their mother, something really rude like that. But that's true. Or like, native people are superior because they knew better than to rape their mother. But you have to let go of this superiority thing. Who's got the best way and stuff like this? You just have to be true. You have to be humble. That I don't think that would have probably got some attention. Probably would have got me kicked out of restaurants. But there's one time in my life where I welcome that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. So this is a beautiful picture here. Footprints in the sand. Big work shoes. Big steps. All right. This is chapter 12 of the Tao Te Ching, translated by Ralph Allen Dale. Choices. Colors can make us blind. Music can make us deaf. Flavors can destroy our taste. Possessions can dose our options. I think they mean douse. Dose our options. Racing can drive us mad and its rewards obstruct our peace. Thus the wise fill the inner gut rather than the eyes, always sacrificing the superficial for the essential. Okay, so possessions, and we're accustomed to think of the more possessions you have, the more choices you have, there's the more freedoms you have, because everybody wants to be rich so they can have do whatever they want. But it's not like that. Being in that position, you all of a sudden have the responsibility of stewardship over all these resources. And when you go to, unless you really are just a wanton hedonist, immoral, lustful, just kind of animal nature, you have to think carefully about how you manage those resources and what you're tied to these things, and you can't because you'll have to pay taxes on this, and if you do that, and you'll have to, or who will I leave this to in my will, and they're all gonna fight over, and everybody is wants your stuff, and who's worthy of my benefaction because of all this here, who is most deserving of this, because you're the decision maker of all these things. So unless you really are just a jerk, a shell of a human being, that burdens you. But I think there's a limit. There's a place here where we transcend even that to just like being, and that's really become this social ideal, is that you can just sit by the pool and take in the interest payments, and just who cares about frickin' anything, and everybody else is beneath me. I'm not going to give anything to anybody else. I'm going to buy myself new toys, new this, new that, new clothes, new cars, new houses, and I don't care. I don't have any, and that lifestyle has become the ideal goal of the wealthy in our culture, or even of the common people. Kind of idolize this kind of existence, and it's an empty, fruitless, meaningless existence. It's nothing. So I don't want that. I don't need all these possessions. I just need my stack of papers there that who's going to fall over. But anyway, it's okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to read about the life carriers, paper 36, section 5, the 7 adjutant mind spirits. Okay. It is the presence of the 7 adjutant mind spirits on the primitive world that conditions the course of organic evolution. That explains why evolution is purposeful and not accidental. These adjutants represent that function of the mind ministry. These adjutants represent that function of the mind ministry of the infinite spirit, which is extended to the lower orders of intelligent life through the operations of a local universe mother spirit. The adjutants are the children of the universe mother spirit and constitute her personal ministry to the material minds of the realms. wherever and whenever such mind is manifest, these spirits are variously functioning. Okay. Okay, so these are mind spirits. Okay, the 7 adjutant mind spirits are called by names which are the equivalents of the following designations: intuition, understanding, courage, knowledge, counsel, worship, and wisdom. These mind spirits send forth their influence into all the inhabited worlds as a differential urge, each seeking receptivity capacity for manifestation quite apart from the degree to which its fellows may find reception and opportunity for function. I just had a flash of like these 7 mind spirits maybe correspond with our chakras, because chakral development is usually from the bottom up, like the survival based, to kind of like being able to recognize other and cohabitate with the other. Okay, social stuff. I don't know. Okay, there's seven of them. But then that puts knowledge in here. That seems like a shallow one to go there. I don't know. It's just a possibility. The central lodgements of the adjutant spirits on the life carrier headquarters would indicate to the life carrier supervisors the extent and quality of the mind function of the adjutants on any world and in any given living organism of intellect status. Okay. These life mind emplacements are perfect indicators of living mind function for the first five adjutants. But with regard to the 6th and 7th adjutant spirits, worship and wisdom, these central lodgements record only a qualitative function. The quantitative activity of the adjutant of worship and the adjutant of wisdom is registered in the immediate presence of the divine minister on Salvington, being a personal experience of the universe mother spirit. Okay, so they can only tell if your worship and wisdom, your highest ones, are like kind of on or off. But our mother spirit knows, she feels how we're responsive there, how we are responding on those levels. So only she knows us on those highest levels. Okay, Mom. Okay, Mother. The 7 adjutant mind spirits always accompany the life carriers to a new planet, but they should not be regarded as entities. They are more like circuits. The spirits of the 7 universe adjutants do not function as personalities apart from the universe presence of the divine minister. They are in fact a level of consciousness of the divine minister and are always subordinate to the action and presence of their creative mother. Okay. We are handicapped for words adequately to designate these 7 adjutant mind spirits. They are ministers of the lower levels of experiential mind, and they may be described in the order of evolutionary attainment as follows. 1, the spirit of intuition, quick perception, the primitive physical and inherent reflex instincts, the directional and other self-preservative endowments of all mind creations, the only one of the adjutants to function so largely in the lower orders of animal life, and the only one to make extensive functional contact with the non-teachable levels of mechanical mind. 2, the spirit of understanding, the impulse of coordination, the spontaneous and apparently automatic association of ideas. This is the gift of the coordination of acquired knowledge, the phenomenon of quick reasoning, rapid judgment, and prompt decision. Okay? Well, to me, that's not understanding. That's more like understanding goes deeper. I don't know. Maybe the knowledge and the understanding terms should be switched, I think. Okay, that's just what I don't know, spitballing. Okay. The spirit of courage, number 3, the fidelity endowment in personal beings, the basis of character acquirement and the intellectual root of moral stamina and spiritual bravery. When enlightened by facts and inspired by truth, this becomes the secret of the urge of evolutionary ascension by the channels of intelligent and conscientious self-direction. 4, the spirit of knowledge, the curiosity mother of adventure and discovery, the scientific spirit. Okay. The guide and faithful associate of the spirits of courage and counsel, the urge to direct the endowments of courage into useful and progressive paths of growth. 5, the spirit of counsel, the social urge, the endowment of species cooperation, the ability of will creatures to harmonize with their fellows, the origin of the gregarious instinct among the more lowly creatures. 6, the spirit of worship, the religious impulse, the first differential urge separating mind creatures into 2 basic classes of mortal existence. The spirit of worship forever distinguishes the animal of its association from the soulless creatures of mind endowment. Worship is the badge of spiritual ascension candidacy. So people, the beings who have this, are candidates to receive a thought adjuster. Not that they've had one yet, but they possibly could be endowed with one. 7, the spirit of wisdom, the inherent tendency of all mortal creatures towards orderly and progressive evolutionary advancement. This is the highest of the adjutants, the spirit coordinator and articulator of the network of all the others. This spirit is the secret of that inborn urge of mind creatures which initiates and maintains the practical and effective program of the ascending scale of existence. That gift of living things which accounts for their inexplicable ability to survive and in survival to utilize the coordination of all their past experience and present opportunities for the acquisition of all of everything that all of the other 6 mental ministers can mobilize in the mind of the organism concerned. Wisdom is the acme of intellectual performance. Wisdom is the goal of a purely mental and moral existence. Okay. The adjutant mind spirits experientially grow, but they never become personal. They evolve in function, and the function of the first 5 in the animal orders the function of the first 5 in the animal orders is to a certain extent essential to the function of all 7 as human intellect. Okay, so these are like little computer databases or something. They accumulate experience, but not personality. They're not personalized. This animal relationship makes the adjutants more practically effective as human mind. Hence, animals are to a certain extent indispensable to man's intellectual as well as to his physical evolution. Wow. These mind adjutants of a local universe mother spirit are related to creature life of intelligent status, much as the power centers and physical controllers are related to the non-living forces of the universe. Okay. They perform invaluable service in the mind circuits on the inhabited worlds and are effective collaborators with the master physical controllers, who also serve as controllers and directors of the pre-adjutant mind levels, the levels of non-teachable or mechanical mind. Okay. Master physical controllers serve as controllers and directors of the pre-adjutant mind levels. There are pre-adjutant mind levels. Okay, living mind, prior to the appearance of capacity to learn from experience, is the ministry domain of the master physical controllers. Creature mind, before acquiring the ability to recognize divinity and worship deity, is the exclusive domain of the adjutant spirits. With the appearance of the spiritual response of the creature intellect, such created minds at once become superminded, being instantly encircuited in the spirit cycles of the local universe mother spirit. Okay, so there's this lower mind here that the master physical controllers are in control of. It seems like the ability to learn is kind of cutoff point where master physical controllers let go of that and then have this ability to learn. And then that's the spirit of intuition, is the highest level of non-teachable mind. Okay. The adjutant mind spirits are in no manner directly related to the diverse and highly spiritual function of the spirit of the personal presence of the divine minister, the Holy Spirit of the inhabited world, but they are functionally antecedent to and preparatory for the appearance of this very spirit in evolutionary man. Okay, the adjutants afford the universe mother spirit a varied contact with and control over the material living creatures of the local universe, but they do not repercuss in the supreme being when acting on pre-personality levels. Okay, so when they're before they have the fifth and the sixth and the seventh, the last worship and wisdom, they're not part of the supreme being. Okay. On pre-personality levels. Non-spiritual mind is either a spirit energy manifestation or a physical energy phenomenon. Even human mind, personal mind, has no survival qualities apart from spirit identification. how's that for people who are really, I'm pretty attached to my mind. I really kind of like, I'm very fond of my mind. Mind is a divinity bestowal, but it is not immortal when it functions without spirit insight. And when it is devoid of the ability to worship and crave survival. All right. Okay, tomorrow we'll finish this paper. Okay. Okay, very interesting. Okay, we got to leave it there, folks. Thank you for being here with me today. Have a really good one. Bye.